warm to the meditation service at Makawao Hongwanji. It's about 8:30 in the morning, Hawaii Standard Time. I hope you're having a good day. Today we're going to begin with the Invocation, Sanbujo. If you're familiar with the Sanbujo, this would be the Fushinashi version, the simple version. We'll follow that with the chanting of Shōshin-ge in the Sofu style, and then we'll sit together for a couple moments in quiet meditation. Namanda, Ritsanamanda, Ritsanamanda. Namanda. Oops. Don't seem to have the right slides in here. Of the 10 directions to enter this place of practice, joyfully scattering flowers of welcome. Namanda, Vitsanamanda, Vitsanamanda, Vitsanamanda. Namanda. 尼個分能しげ妙難逆心健兄弟教規則を調節合悪種一切善悪論文人門信如来偶然願仏言五大諸下者善人名分大理家弥陀仏本願念仏茶見教満なく少女信用十知事にな調子な昔インド祭典シロンゲチュカジチキシコソ現代諸行世諸異名如来本勢大き釈迦如来両が千里守護名南天寺龍十大智諸と性質の際派無無権先絶大乗無情報諸観義事諸安楽賢治難行六六信行異行四道楽北年利他仏本願知念即知入必上唯の上昇妙来語合法な非有勢音天神の殺造論説奇妙無下公如来主たら見真実公正の頂戴世願公有本願力有公異道願上昇一心記入六大法界筆逆如来へ少々徳思蓮華造世界即昇進如法精進有門の人間人図入所持四自由下本師の難両天使上高難消防殺来三蔵ルシ十上教本上宣教気楽王天神謀殺論中下報道因果見世願能言でこゆたり少女死入信心惑前も無信心法承知承知即年半一子無量光明の小主上学家土砂化小道難所有名浄土活入万全自力変願主円満徳語感染症三不三神経音願増末お滅道品一生増悪地偶税死阿名外小名仙道六名具所意公愛上三両逆悪公明明語見因縁開入本願大智慧行者少女今後心教義知念相互用意大と逆三人即 shō shōshi jorak tenshin kokai ichidai kyo tenki anyo kamisai senzo shushin hansenjin oken nido shobendu gokuju akunin yushobuts kayaku zahiseshuchu onno shogen suibuken daihimuken joshoga onshigen gumyo bukkyo nenmin zemaku bonbunin shinshu kyosho kohenshu senjaku hongaku akuse Tendai shoji nenge kechigi joi shoshi sokunyu jaku jomu irak ichi shinjin inonyu kukyo daiji shushito Sai muhen gokuju kuak dozo guji shugurushin yu ikashin koso Amanda, Vitsanamanda, 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 Vitsanamanda. Let's sit together quietly for a few moments. So just relax and get comfortable. If you are able, sit forward in your seat and place both feet flat on the ground. Sit up straight and align your head, neck, shoulders, and back in a straight line that goes down to the floor. Place your hands comfortably in your lap. Now close your eyes and just breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. In and out. As you breathe in, you'll feel energy filling your body. And as you breathe out, any stress or worries in your mind just fade away. Just breathe. The sound of the gong will signal the end of our quiet meditation. No. Thank you very much for joining Chanting the Shōshin-ge and meditation service, which we're going to be having every Sunday at 8:30 in front of the 9 o'clock Dharma Family Service. So it looks like we're about 10 or 12 minutes away from the start of the 9 o'clock service. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. Namanda, Vitsanamanda, Vitsanamanda.
Oh my goodness. Supposed to have two.
So nobody here. What are you going to be? Besides the rest?
Somebody else is me and then Sharon. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, this is all.
No, he think he came, otherwise it's going to be only me. Oh, okay. Why?
Well, it's going to take some time for people to get used to coming to church. One
If
thing
you
I
have
was thinking-
refreshments, that's the key.
Yeah, if we don't bring food back, we
And then you still have to socialize with the refreshments. Just a draw.
that we need. So why buy which is part of the job. Actually, this might be live. Well, actually, I'm going to turn the camera so it's facing out. see or use one? Good idea. Okay, we're going to go live. Hopefully. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to Rosemary and Christine, who are joining us. Actually, the last time they were here were pre-pandemic, so things might look a little bit different and feel a little bit different. For our longtime members, thank you very much for joining us here. You're going to find the service orders a little bit different, so we're going to jump straight into the children's Dharma story time, because what we're going to be doing on Sundays is 8:30 in the morning. I've separated out the chanting of the Shōshin-ge and also meditation. The invocation, chanting of Shōshin-ge and meditation will be 8:30, about 20 minutes or so. And then at 9 we'll start and go straight into the children's Dharma story time. Hopefully. And if that doesn't work, we'll go back to the old way. Hey, there's Mike. Hi, Mike. Good to see you. So this time I wrote out a script, so we'll see. Live from Makawao, it's children's Dharma story time, starring Barkley the dog. Starring Barkley the dog and Lucy the ladybug, with special guests, Green Snoopy and Kermit the Goshawk Frog. Dee-how! Good morning. Aloha kakahiyaka. Ohayou gozaimasu. It's me, Barkley the dog. How y'all doing this fine Sunday morning? I hope you're well and feeling fine. Howdy for joining us here in historic Makawao town on the beautiful island of Maui in the great state of Hawaii. And this here is the love of my life, Lucy the ladybug. Well, good morning, aloha kako, aloha for everyone. I'm so happy to see all of you here with us this morning. Barkley, what do you say we put on our magic glasses from Maui Optics and see who's with us here this morning? Well, that's a great idea, Lucy. Let's see. Okay. Good thing I've got the magic glasses because I can see into everybody's living room. Oh, there's Illinois and Meliana and Kava and Lena and Micah and Amy. And oh, there's Cora and Nolan and Maddie all the way in Colorado. And let's see who else we got here. Oh, we got Stella, our new buddy. We got Tad and Cruz and Ison and Jack. We got Melody and Cadence and Honolulu. Hey, guys. And Kenneth and Sierra, Lindsay, Westy, Benji and Tori and Tyrus and Coletta. Hey, guess what? We got all your grandma and grandpas here in the temple. Okay. Next week, say, Grandma, Grandpa, take me to the temple with you. Yeah. Okay, pause for silence there. And look, I can see sensei buddies around the world, all the way in Hong Kong, and Nepal, and Brazil, and in Japan. Wow, the list keeps getting bigger every week. Okay, Sensei, you got the slides in the wrong place again. So we're going to have to jump straight into Buddha Loves You, which is Sensei's favorite topic. Hey, Dharma School kids, we have a great idea. We're going to make a music video so everybody here in the temple doesn't have to listen to Sensei sing every week, okay? So pretty soon, Auntie Sharon and Auntie Karen will be in touch with you. Say, let's do a music video. And I think we're going to ask Momentum Maui Dance Studio, Torio, to do some choreography for us and face makeup, okay? It's going to be fun. Anyway, so a couple more times you'll have to listen to Sensei sing this song. But here we go. Just make it up as we go along. Okay, remember the words. Fly, fly, little bird, Buddha loves you, little bird. Tweet, 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 tweet. Run, run, little pup, Buddha loves you, little pup. Wow, 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 wow. Don't cry, pussycat, Buddha loves you, pussycat. Meow, 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 meow. Swim, swim, little fish, Buddha loves you, little fish. Okay, don't you just love that part? Like we bake a fish, you just open your mouth. Hey, Sensei, why do you like that song so much? Probably because it's the only one that I remember the words to. Okay, but it's really funny. Come to Hawaii, nobody knows this song, so we're going to be singing this one. And anyway, because this song actually was made in Hawaii. It's one of the reasons why we picked it. So we're going to move on to another made in Hawaii thing, which is the Golden Chain of Love, which was written by Reverend Dorothy Hunt at the turn of the century, and it's actually used around the world. It's made in Hawaii, used around the world. So let's go ahead and do that. I am a link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that on what I do now depends not only my happiness or unhappiness, but also that of others. May every link in Amida's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Okay. And this is where the script falls down because it's out of sequence. Sensei, you gotta work on it. And there's no second page. Okay. Okay, Sensei, you're not having a good morning. But that's okay, Sensei. That's why we love you. You're just making stuff up as you go along, aren't you? You figured it out, huh? Okay, children's Dharma story time. Which probably means the story's next. No? It's thanking everybody for being our sponsors, all these fine people coming to you every week. And all these sponsors making it possible. So I'm going to jump ahead. And yes, this is the shameless plug part of it. So if you'd like to become a sponsor of Children's Dharma Storytime, scan this QR code with your phone and give us lots of money, okay? Okay. Donations be accepted in the spirit of Mr. Given. Thank you very much. And here we go. And it's a good thing because, Sensei, we got a great story today. It's called When Grandma Gives You a Lemon Tree, written by Jamie L.B. Dinahan and illustrated by Lorraine Roja. When Grandma Gives You a Lemon Tree. And this book is dedicated as follows. Oh, sorry. Nobu, where's Nobu? Nobu, you can hear me okay? Very good. This book is dedicated for my mom, who first encouraged me to pursue my passion for writing and has always helped me turn lemons into lemonades. That's from JLBD. And for Grandma Joan and Grandma D. And that's from LR. When Grandma Gives You a Lemon Tree, written by Jamie L.B. Dinahan and illustrated by Lorraine Roja. You were hoping for one of these. Birthday list. 1, robot dog. 2, drone. 3, computer. 4, phone. 5, remote control car. And 6, headphones. But surprise, it's a lemon tree. What should you do when Grandma gives you a lemon tree for your birthday? First of all, act excited. Your face should look like this. Not like this. And definitely not like this. Now, next, say something polite. Try, thank you, just what I needed. Keep smiling until Grandpa leaves or falls asleep. And do not harm your lemon tree. Don't drop it off a bridge. Don't tie it to your birthday balloons. Don't play ding-dong ditch the lemon tree. Now listen closely, this is important. Place your lemon tree in a sunny spot.
Be careful not to overwater. And prepare for battle against intruders. When winter arrives, keep your lemon tree warm, and then wait. And wait. And wait some more. Once the snow melts, it's time to bring your lemon tree back outside. Well done. Sure, you can decorate your lemon tree or hide behind it. Come out, wherever you are. But you know what's even more fun? Picking lemons. Woohoo! Pick them, slice them, squeeze them. Come on, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze-a-roo. Ta-da! Now you have lemon juice. You didn't think I'd just leave you with lemon juice, did you? Of course not. Remember those gifts that you were hoping for? It's good you're staying focused. Gather these items. Number 1, lemon juice. Number 2, water. Number 3, a pinch or a handful of sugar. Recipe, classic lemonade. Ingredients, 4 lemons, 4 cups of water, 1/3 cup of sugar, and ice. Squeeze lemons, add water, add sugar. Mix until sugar is dissolved. Pour over ice. Enjoy. Number 4, flashy lemonade stand. Cue a dazzling smile and ka-ching! Count your cash and head to the store. Now you can finally buy exactly what you want. And share with others too. The end. And that was the story, When Grandma Gives You a Lemon Tree, written by Jamie L.B. Dinahan and illustrated by Lorraine Roja. Okay. Okay, Sensei, that's the problem. You lost the second page, didn't you? Okay, that's okay. Hey kids, just remember, if you have it on a piece of paper, don't forget the piece of paper, okay? So, hey, wasn't that a great story? What part did you like? Really? Really? Sensei loved that part too. So, hey, let's see. Okay. Hey, Sensei, let's ask Lucy what she thought of the story. Well, I loved how the girl was so kind and considerate of Grandma. She wanted some cool tech toys, but she loves her grandma, so she gratefully receives the lemon tree. And then the fun starts. Hey, that's right. I was like, a lemon tree? What are we supposed to do with a lemon tree? Really? But the girl was so clever. So she said, well, when life gives you a lemon tree, start up a lemonade business and make $1 billion and you can buy anything you want. Which is kind of where I thought the story was going to end. But she went, what did she go buy? Hey, Auntie Sharon, what did the little girl go buy at the store? She could have bought anything, but she bought
lemons.
Lemons, that's right. She bought more lemons and flowers and trees and stuff to share with everybody. Isn't that cool? And now today, she owns the largest lemonade business in the world. No, she doesn't. Sensei, you gotta stop making stuff like that. Okay. So, anyway, where? That's right. So when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. But when life gives you a lemonade tree, start a business. Okay, Sensei, I'm sorry. I'm just being a rascal. It actually means you should share everything that you have. Because when you give, you get more in return. And then you can buy anything you want. Now me, I'm a rascal dog. Give me a bone, I'll eat it. Now wait a minute. Let me think about this. Maybe I could start up a bone soup business. wow, Barclay's bone soup. Oh, me and Jollibee, man, we're just gonna be like dominate the whole fast food industry. Inside joke. Hey man, how's it going? I thought, and he said, what do you think? Well, I thought that grandma was really smart too, because you know she helped her granddaughter learn that the best thing that you can buy for yourself is something you can share with others. Which I said, Grandma, so clever. You know, hey, Grandpa, Melody, sorry, Grandpa, Grandpa's very literal. You give me a list of 8 things, I buy you the list of 8 things. Which is why there's a whole bunch of Christmas presents coming. But anyway, next time I'll give you a lemon tree. So, where are we? I think that's about it, because actually there's another slide here. So this is where we have humorous banter usually, but I don't have a teleprompter in front of me, so I forgot all the words. So remember, kids, be good, but not too much. Okay, because otherwise somebody can come over to your house and bore you, okay? So anyway, we'll see you later. See you next week. Bye!
Bye.
Okay, let's take a deep breath. Yeah, it's so Rosemary and Christine, it's usually this disorganized. But I'd like to talk, kind of segue from, you know, the children's story, which really is actually a very delightful story, because I'm going, Grandma, what do you think? You give it a lemon tree, come on. But the story obviously has a message for adults as well as children. So you don't always get to decide what gifts you receive. But what you can do is to gratefully receive these gifts. Right? So the girl in the story tells a great story. You know, don't make a happy face. Don't make a sad face. Do not destroy the present that you got. Just, you know. And things actually worked out. And I think that's the message of this story. When you gratefully receive what comes to you, thank you, and you make the best of it. And that is the metaphor for life. So when we look at the scripture, in this case, the hymn number 52, the hymns of the Dharma ages. So let's listen quietly to these words. Through great love, which is Amida's directing of virtue for going forth, we attain great compassion, which is Amida's directing of virtue for our return. If not for the Buddha's directing of virtue, how could we realize enlightenment in the pure route? Namo Amida Butsu. So, if you're familiar with Japanese culture, you probably have heard the expression "itadakimasu," which we particularly use in advance of eating food. It's actually a very important concept, which is difficult for Americans, for us as culturally as Americans, to understand. So itadakimasu, right? So before the meal's put in front of you, everyone says, itadakimasu, and then you eat. And itadakimasu means, I'm sorry, this is actually deriving from the previous, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, when I talked about Anna Wallner's observation that in the Hongwanji, our practice, we don't meditate, our practice is eating. Very interesting, because itadakimasu, what does that mean? In the Japanese sense of things, I am receiving something. And what makes it difficult, number one, is Japanese is a directional language. So the form of the verb itadakimasu, or itadaku, means that I am subordinate and someone is superior. And I am receiving from the superior person this gift. Which is why you often see it in Japanese culture, you often see this gesture. You will see me do it with the book, which is why I asked everyone to grab a book. Let me grab my red book. So, there's an expression that they beat into your head if you ever go to ordination retreat. You itadaku the book. So you gratefully receive the book. It's like, why? Because this represents the teachings of the Buddha. And so it comes to us. And so we say, thank you. And we'll switch to the wireless mic too.
Just remember to take this off. I discovered you can't sit down on the floor when you have this thing in your pocket. So, move over here, my stone camera. Okay, actually not on. Okay, better over here. I'll stay at the podium and make it easier. So, it's the way you do these things. It's extremely prescribed. 45-degree angle. You're seeing that. Actually, people do see it. Right? When it comes to your head, you see it. So, I'll turn sideways, make it a little bit easier. So it comes out, the book is held parallel to the ground. And then, with your elbows out, you raise it up to about 95% to your head. And then, you should do a slight bow. Right? Because you are coming to receive the teachings. You bring the book back down, open it up, and then put it down until it's your turn to chant. And this very simple gesture is called itadaku, the book. So, to gratefully receive the sutra book, the service book. To gratefully receive these teachings. Now, it's all, oh, that's kind of cool. Right? Good thing the priest does it. Right? And what we're trying to get to here is that if you grow up in Japan, you do this automatically. Ah, it's lunchtime, itadakimasu. Mother, thank you for making such a lovely meal. Itadakimasu. Right? Or if you're in a restaurant, itadakimasu. Thank you to the chef in the back of the house, the front of the house. The farmers, if you really start pushing it, right, the farmers who grew the food, the truck driver who brought the stuff from the market to here, the guy in the back who's washing the vegetables. This plate of food in front of you, there's so many people who have made that possible. And it's just this expression, thank you. I gratefully receive this. I acknowledge that this food wouldn't be possible if there was all these people making that for me. So itadakimasu is one of those interesting Japanese concepts which, for me as a third-generation Japanese American grown up in Los Angeles, I sort of knew these things by watching Grandma, but nobody taught me this stuff in school. You grow up in Japan, so when I get to Japan, oops, I'm running out of power here. When I get to Japan, I have to relearn all this stuff. And because I have a Japanese face, everyone is like, hey, how come you don't know this stuff? Because I'm American. No, you're not. You have a Japanese face. Different story. Again, it's directional. So I am receiving the favor of this food. I am receiving the favor of the teachings. I am receiving the great compassion of Amida Buddha. And this is why we symbolically do these things. And it's everything that you see. Actually, I need to grab a power supply from my computer. But anyway, it's gonna turn itself off pretty soon. Maybe go in my office. There's a power adapter on my desk. Sorry, directional. So Americans, we don't like directional language. Right? We're equal. You can meet the President of the United States and say, "Hi, Jerry, I'm Joe." Now, of course, I'm supposed to say, "Mr. President, it's an honor to meet you." It's one of the few examples where Americans will use a directional language. Right? Otherwise, it's this way or we're talking down. And that's the difference. So this attitude of, no, I am subordinate to this person because you have done me the favor of preparing this meal. So, to receive a gift, and it is a gift, right? Someone's giving something to you. In gratitude, thank you. In humility, because I actually didn't do anything to deserve this. Right? You get your paycheck. I work my 40 hours and I get a paycheck. Okay. Now, if somebody just says, "Hey, thank you, here, have this." Oh, I didn't do anything, thank you. To receive the gift and joy. And that's what itadakimasu means. And if you have the cultural aspects of the directional stuff, it becomes a lot clearer why this is such a difficult concept to communicate into English. Cultural frame is different, and the words it's a little hard to explain. So if we use the directional forms, right, the different verb forms that are used, the different words that are used, actually indicate the direction of the speech. So just to show off my linguistic skills, in Japanese, you don't use personal pronouns. They exist, but you don't use them very often. Imagine that. Right? Speaking American English without using a pronoun. Hungry.
Right? The subject does not say, I am hungry. Are you hungry? Right? But in Japanese, it's directional language. So I would say, "Nashi arimasu ka?" Right? For someone who's above me, would you like to eat food? And to my granddaughter, I would say, "You want to eat?" It's that kind of. So, cultural frame. So we don't like that. Yeah, but we don't bow down to anybody. Very American, right? So this idea of enter the hall and to be polite, I should slight bow. Americans, we don't bow down to anybody. At least from Los Angeles, we don't do this. Which is why bowing is an unnatural act for Americans. So when I try to teach people, here's how you offer incense, they get very concerned. I have to tell people things like, 15 degrees from the waist, don't bend your neck. And then 45 degrees from the waist, don't bend your neck. The tassels on your nenju should be pointing straight down. That's when you know you're exactly at 45 degrees, etc., etc., etc. To become a priest, you learn all kinds of interesting stuff. There's the idea of saho. So if you're familiar with the Japanese tea ceremony, and each movement, from 1 to 18, just to open up the container of tea, literally is you do it this way. Everything that I do in the altar area, the naijin, is the same thing. There's an exact detailed saho for how to do things. So think of it this way: we create the Dharma, right? We create reality as it is through our thoughts, our words and actions that we do in the temple. So, for example, bowing, right? Putting our hands together. So this gesture, this hand gesture, anjali, is used universally in many cultures, in Asian cultures. In Thailand, for example, this is how you greet people, and to show respect, the higher they are to you, right? It goes up higher and higher and higher. If you meet the king, you put your hands above your head to show that you're below. If you go to the five-star hotels in Bangkok, they will always greet you this way. Your friends will say, "Hey, what's up?" An interesting thing. And when I teach this gesture, why is this important? It's not threatening. This is the least threatening gesture you can make. So if you can't see my right hand, who knows what's got behind my back, right? If I clench my hands, right, this means we're getting ready to fight. And who knows what this is, kung fu or something. But you think about it, this gesture, this is why it's very common, particularly in Asian countries, but also in Buddhism. The offering of incense. There's 18 steps to offering incense, if you want to do it right, whatever that means. And then saying Namo Amitabha. So in our tradition, saying Namo Amitabha, living with Namo Amitabha becomes the important part. So again, in the Buddhist context, right, we have gratefully receiving these teachings, which symbolically, right, we do this. When we say Namo Amitabha, it is an acknowledgement that we are receiving this gift of great compassion and great love, which is assuring our birth in the pure and becoming Buddha. We are saying thank you to this community of communities, this Sangha, this Buddhist community. And we're saying thank you for the moment, this moment of this day of an unrepeatable life. And that's pretty much it. It should be easy to do. So, but I can demonstrate this, right? As Americans, culturally, why is this difficult? So, hopefully you can continue hearing because I'm on a wireless mic now. So you often see me sit on the floor like this. And this is called seiza, which is the quote-unquote pop. So you can't see me, can you? There you go. Good move, maybe. She's controlling the camera. So, sitting on your legs like this is not exactly natural. But you have to do it as part of your training. So, actually our instructors told us, they said, you will sit, seiza, you will sit the correct way. And you have to have left hand over right. Your left hand is on top of your right. You should be this way. Your vestment should be straight. You should not have the little funny things here. You're actually supposed to be wearing socks and stuff because barefoot's not cool. You like this? So on the very first day, after about 2 minutes, you start seeing half the students kind of going, I don't know about this. Yeah.
The American students were sitting in chairs because they don't want us falling over. And then our instructor told us, this is what's going to happen over the next 3 months. Okay? Every morning, 8 o'clock, you have to come in for a morning service. And you're going to be sitting there and you're going through all the saho, going through how to do things. The bowing, the receiving the book, and all this stuff. But the whole time, you're going to be thinking, why am I here? My feet hurt, my butt hurts, my leg falls asleep. Why am I here? This is stupid. When I go back to my hometown, when I go back to Hawaii, I'm never going to do this again. This is ridiculous. Why am I here? He says, yeah, but keep at it. Keep doing it. So after a couple of weeks, you're going to be gone. It'll come to you and someday, why am I here? I am allowed to sit in front of Amida Buddha. I am allowed to be in this seminary, training to become ordained as a priest. I am allowed to gratefully receive the teachings, to gratefully receive these instructors who say, oh, Gary, you're from America, you don't sit like this, maybe you should sit in a chair. And so again, it is this recognition of the ego. Why am I here? Why am I here? Why am I doing this? This is ridiculous. You must explain why I'm doing this in a way that I understand. The simple way is if you want to be a priest, you got to do this stuff. If you think about it, right, this shift from it's about me, why am I here? Why my legs hurt, my butt hurts, to it's not about me. I am allowed to enter the seminary. I'm allowed to enter this inner altar area. I am allowed to ascend to the Daiban and do very specific ceremonies. Wow, that's kind of cool. Mimi and I, we're allowed to live here in Makawao. We're big city kids, Los Angeles and Tokyo. This is paradise. It's like, there's chickens, there's a chicken over there. The shift of perception from it's about me to it's not about me. And this is all that Jodashin Shōshin Buddhism talks about. And how do we undo our attachment to the ego self? Through movements, through the way we think, through the way we talk, the way we move. And this is what's behind my particular entry into ministry, was that I just became fascinated with the saho, how to do things. That and my ego's so big, I think my voice sounds good, that I look good in the robes, and I'm rocking this yellow hibiscus lotus right here. But I'm lucky because that's when Barkley pops in and goes, oh, Sensei, you're doing it again, shut up. Nam Amida, it's a simple way to understand Nam Amida is that you are brought to receive the gift of your unrepeatable life, just as it is. As it unfolds naturally, and you receive this gratefully, humbly, and joyfully, just as you are. And so the practice of living this unrepeatable life with the same humbleness, gratitude, and joy as we do for eating. It should be as natural as eating, something that we do every day. And so Nam Amida is just simply the recognition that we are allowed and we are gratefully receiving this gift of life. And we're brought to be here together on this morning through the great love and great compassion of Amida Buddha, which you can understand as reality as it is. It's everything that is around us. The fact that we are all here together, this is Nam Amida. The fact that you're able to come here after 2 years or so, right, pandemic, to see Mike, that's been at least a year or so. These are all remarkable things. So just take a moment to appreciate it. And that's all Buddhism tries to teach us. So, just say mahalo. No matter what pops up in your life today, just say mahalo. Just say thank you. So mahalo for listening this morning. And may your day be filled with aloha. No. Okay, I literally don't remember what's next. Set change. That's an old slide. That's right, we're going to sing a song. Let's sing Ondok-san, Gratefulness, along with Ms. Naho Umitani and Reverend Toshiki Umitani. So we'll go to video, and hopefully the speaker didn't turn itself off.
Okay. Sorry. No, let me start over again. Okay, it's kind of tricky. This fancy speaker, it saves energy by turning itself off after a couple minutes. Okay, so now I've revealed the secret location of the speaker. Okay, in theory this will work. Okay, let's sing the Nembutsu.
So let's conclude this morning's service with a short meditation. sit together quietly for a few moments. So just relax and get comfortable. If you're able, sit forward in your seat and place both feet flat on the ground. Now sit up straight and align your head, neck, shoulders, and back in a straight line that goes down to the floor. Place your hands comfortably in your lap. Now close your eyes halfway so that you're looking both outwardly and inwardly. And just breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. In and out. As you breathe in, think of something for which you are grateful. And as you breathe out, just say mahalo. Just say thank you, thank you, thank you. Just breathe. The sound of the gong will signal the end of our quiet meditation. Namanda, it's Namanda, it's Namanda, it's Namanda. Namanda. So a couple of announcements. Oops. I have the wrong slides in here. There it is. Okay. Yes, so we are the, just happy to say, we're the exclusive sales agent for Shōshin-ge. No, we're not. This is Mrs. Tomioka's father's company. It's a very famous incense company in Tokyo. And we have, we're taking orders for Jo-un, which is pure cloud, Haku-un, which is white cloud, and Kan-on, flower sound. They're very lovely incenses. As soon as we get another supply in, we'll have a sampling so that everyone can at least check them out. But they're really quite lovely. And everything else is the same set of announcements, so I'm just going to roll the video now. So again, thank you for attending, and I hope to see you again next week.